Hey everyone, today's lupus life hack topic. Lupus brain fog. Why does it happen? Have you ever felt embarrassed by brain fog? Have you ever said, bike or some crazy word that has nothing to do with a sentence about ice cream? Been there, done that, and it is so frustrating. I can't stand it. So what did I do? Of course, I got on my computer and I researched a bunch of different ways to decrease my symptoms, as well as figure out what the actual cause of brain fog is. I'm sure you've witnessed me doing this in a few of my videos, so it definitely does happen still sometimes. It happens a lot more if I'm stressed out. But for today, I think I'm doing pretty good. We'll see in a minute. I'm Janeen, the co-founder of Lupus Health Shop. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you never miss out on any lupus life hacks to decreasing symptoms and better managing lupus. So we're used to hearing that everyone has brain fog. What is brain fog even a sign of? Well, brain fog is basically your body telling you that you have body-wide inflammation, you have nutrient abnormalities, and you could be having hormone imbalances. I don't know about you, but that sounds exactly like lupus. Our hormones are fluctuating all the time, and we're constantly in a state of fight or flight, which makes all of our hormones depleted a lot faster. Plus, we suffer from chronic inflammation. So the first cause, body-wide inflammation. Not only do you suffer from chronic inflammation in parts of your body that cause physically seen changes, but your brain is actually inflamed. Inflammation is great to treat infections and it's good for temporary reasons, but it's not good if we're dealing with it every single day. Basically, your brain and your gut have a very strong connection with each other. If you're suffering from leaky gut syndrome, most of us are, by the way, this is actually what causes toxins to leak into your gut lining, or out of your gut lining, and it travels around into your body. Then there's increased inflammation in your gut, which is the location of the majority of your immune system. This is mostly due to our lifestyle choices that contain many chemicals, many processed items, a lot of pollution. So there's some things that we can't control, there's some things that we can, but whatever you can control will really help managing your symptoms. Once those chemicals start to break down, they mix into our cell's molecular structure, and that can actually cause different alterations in the DNA, or it can sometimes break down the way that they work, making the cells start to misbehave. Sometimes they lose their ability to even complete their task, or they're miscommunicating and misfiring with each other. So chronic inflammation is something unfortunately, it's a side effect that we experience way too often. When we're talking about chronic inflammation with brain fog, specifically there's a molecule called microRNA-155. This is elevated and it causes gaps in the blood-brain barrier. And if you have gaps, that means toxins are going right into your brain. So it can actually cause literal inflammation of your brain, and it causes extra oxidative stress in your hypothalamus, which can be one of the underlying reasons of brain fog. So there are a few. Next one, nutrient deficiencies. I'm sure all of us have a few issues, whether it's vitamin B, vitamin D, folic acid, or better known as folate. When we're talking about nutrient levels, if they're not in optimal range, we will experience symptoms. An optimal range is a lot different than the range that you see on your blood work from your lab results. Those ranges are very, very wide, and that actually causes you to have symptoms if you're low normal or high normal. When you hear those terms from doctors and they don't do anything about it, but you're still feeling symptoms, that's an indication that it's not actually the optimal range. So for example, you're feeling symptoms when your vitamin D levels are low. It causes brain fog, bone pain, joint pain. It can cause nausea sometimes. So if you're in a low normal, I would definitely take some vitamin D3 supplements. That will really help raise your levels faster. It's a non-synthetic version, and it's going to be good for you long term. Or how about, let's say your B levels are fine, but you're still complaining that to your doctors and they can't figure it out. On top of that, you've had homocysteine levels that are elevated. That's due to nutrients not being absorbed and utilized correctly. Lastly, these key nutrients feed our gut microbiome, and they keep them in check so that our immune system protects us all the right ways. Our gut is our second brain. If our gut's not fed properly and not in a balance of 80-20 good to bad bacteria, everything's out of whack in your body, and our body is not afraid of letting us know by giving us symptoms. So when our gut is inflamed and not supported correctly, it's not going to send the messages that are needed to your brain, or it'll send the wrong ones. So see how the little simple changes, such as like diet restrictions or adding more organic and preservative-free products to your diet, it's going to have a huge long-lasting effect. So I definitely highly advise having blood work done a couple times a year. Make sure you're checking your magnesium, calcium, vitamin D levels, vitamin B, and vitamin C. Vitamin D. Ensuring that you're in the optimal ranges will make the biggest difference in your success. Another last common cause of brain fog could be hormone imbalance. This is very common with people with lupus. When it comes to hormones, it's based on a healthy balance. So any imbalance that will cause so many problems for your health. And that's why we see a spike in flare-ups sometimes when we have slight changes in our hormone levels. So one of the best things that you can do in helping support your brain and decreasing all of the brain fog is to support your cells' mitochondria. They perform essential functions in your body, and if they're not fed properly, they're going to be extra hangry. In turn, you're going to be forgetful, you're going to feel anxious, sad, and you just have all the wrong feels. How do you know if you have this problem? Those with chronic illness, me and you, we have exhausted our cells due to the low levels of antioxidants that are in our body, as well as exposure to toxins from our tap water, from air, from food, especially our soil. So our immune system's constantly fighting. It can't keep up with the demands, and we've exhausted its energy resource. So what I found that has helped me, I take acetyl L-carnitine with Sigma. It's an amazing product. We have this available on our store. I like the brand specifically because it doesn't have any binders, fillers, artificial colors, or any different like weird chemicals. It's a lot healthier. If you're thinking of supplementing your B vitamins, it's best to take a complex vitamin. Methylated Bs are even better. 50% of the population have an MTHFR gene mutation, which explains why your levels might look fine, but your cells are actually not able to use the nutrient. So I started taking the one that we have on our shop, and I started to feel way more energy after 3 weeks. And I noticed that my mind didn't feel like a cement roadblock was in there stopping me from thinking. Lastly, taking a mixture of omegas is best. We don't have it in our shop right now, but I do highly suggest to look for one that has a Norwegian-based fish, one that is not farmed fish, and especially one that's natural, that has a mixture of 3s, 6s, and 9s omegas. You don't want to take one, like just too many omega-3s, because that can actually cause more inflammation. Thanks for watching, everyone. Make sure you subscribe to our channel, click the notifications bell so you never miss out on any lupus life hacks and making your life easier, even with lupus. See you next time.